I got another one here, man. It says machete-wielding teen arrested after group is accused of intimidating Democratic supporters at Florida polling station, police say. Police arrested 18-year-old wielding a machete with an 18-inch blade outside a polling station in Florida on Tuesday, saying he was part of a group of teenagers accused of intimidating Democratic supporters. The teenager, Caleb James Williams, was arrested after 4 p.m. when officers were called to the Beaches Branch Library in Neptune Beach. Williams was arrested on charges of aggravated assault, accused of brandishing his weapon at two unidentified women ages 71 and 54 and improper exhibition of a weapon. Neptune police said. The local Democratic campaign said it was deeply concerned about the Tuesday's event, in which it said a group of young men waving signs supporting former President Donald Trump confronted a group holding signs promoting Vice President Kamala Harris. Police Chief Michael J. Key Jr. said at a news conference Tuesday night the officers found 7 juveniles and an adult in the library's parking lot. The investigation revealed the group arrived to protest and antagonize the opposing political side, he said. So this isn't the only thing that I've actually saw online about this.
Yeah, no, I got one here. A Texas man, he arrested for punching a poll worker who told him to remove his MAGA hat, which you're not supposed to have at the polling station. You can't wear political stuff when you go vote.
Yeah, this is normal.
That's a law.
This has been around forever. You can't wear buttons, nothing. They'll make you so you can't go vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if you want to.
Well, I mean, that one was in Texas. Then we have the other one. I don't know which area that was.
That was online. The one that you're talking about was actually online. They showed it everywhere where the dude was just yelling. And the worst part about it to me was the polling station was filled with nothing but black women mostly. You know what I mean? And that made me feel so like helpless for them. I was angry about like, why aren't there some? We got to start getting up and going to our polling stations and being a part of the political process of being black men. Because there was nothing but like middle-aged black women in there, and they had to damn near fight a grown ass white man. Had there been any black man there with any kind of heart or whatever, had there been one black man there, oh man, it'd have been a problem.
That just shows you what kind of garbage people these are. Think about it. The first guy with the machete, who did he go after?
Two older black women.
79-year-old ladies.
Yeah.
That's who you attacking? You're a teenager. Why don't you go after some men that are bigger than you? Because, if you're really big and bad, like the person you follow, you ain't looking for helpless old ladies. So you're looking for somebody bigger than you.
These are teenagers
show people
going
how
after
you get down.
71 and 54-year-old women.
This guy in the polling station, he going after women. After women, that's a bitch ass pussy move.
You say what I'm saying?
I look at that's like consistency is what I see. You go after weaker targets because you can't handle anybody else your own size.
It's just consistently. I mean, I'm hearing about even like in places down in Arizona. Like right now in Arizona, they're having like a lot of like, I won't call it intimidation, but they're parked right across the street, got their trucks out, got their flags out, and kind of almost on a intimidating kind of a look. You know what I mean? Like, these, you got women going. I got like, my daughter and her mother, they're going to vote. And at the end of the day, you look at it and they're being like stared down by different people trying to like intimidate them with their Trump hats on or whatever else they got on. So, I mean, this is a real problem. We're hearing about, I think this year we've heard about more voter intimidation and voter ballot destruction. You know what I mean? They had a thing over in I think it was in Pennsylvania where they had this video that came out and it was showing like this guy destroying ballots, right? Like destroying ballots that were supposed to go out. Yeah. Then it got debunked by the Pennsylvania, like the state voting board or whatever, or legislation or whatever, saying that this isn't real. It was Russian kind of propaganda, that it wasn't really ballots being destroyed because they could tell you because of the way the ballots looked and there was inconsistencies in the ballot. You know what I mean? The way it's supposed to look. Yeah. And this is what's going on right now. We're being fed a lot of stuff. Everyone's talking about, they're going to steal the election. The only people who've ever stolen anything in an election that I know about is when Donald Trump sent in fake electors into 7 states to act as real electors so he can say, this is what the state's supposed to vote on, even though the state had already voted Democratic, voted for Joe Biden. He sent his people in. They've all been convicted or flipped on the Trump campaign. Yeah. And also he tried to overthrow the government on January 6th when he tried to make Mike Pence not sign the paperwork stating that Joe Biden was the new president. So this is the only people who I've seen actually cheat.
Now, the only people you're seeing are Republican voters trying to vote twice or vote extra and
burning ballot boxes.
I mean, it's if you can't win, you can't win. But I don't. Honestly, I can't blame them. I mean, you could if they did their own research, but all the news that they're fed, they're telling you, hey, This election was stolen from you. Donald Trump admitted twice he lost that election.
Yep.
And he said it on the Joe Rogan show. Look, and it's hard. I know people want to double down, but it's like we need to get to a point where it's like, hey, I admit that the information, you need to say, I admit the information I was fed was wrong, and I fed off that.
You guys
and
are
when
a
someone
cult.
says that to you, be like, look, I forgive you.
I'm not forgiving nobody. You're a cult. You're a part of a cult, period, plain and simple.
Yeah,
all of y'all are.
We
got to be real, man. All this forgiving them, and when they're basically, man, looking to take our, they're not worried about our people as a whole. They're looking at us. They don't care what happens to us. You know what I mean? That doesn't matter to them.
No, you let me finish. They got to want to turn. They turn to, hey, I realized the information I was fed was a lie. I remember I realized everything they were telling me was a lie. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, hey, I apologize for feeding into that lie. And then we, as people, and they want that's you're in turn another leaf. Then we have to be like, okay, cool, man, I accept that apology. Let's work together now.
No.
You done with them?
Nah, yeah, because it got to be, man. You got to look at the truth for what it is. If you're willing to go down this kind of a hole with this type of a person, I could never trust you again. You're waiting for the next time when you can do it again. That's all you're waiting for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not apologizing because it's a real apology. This is what you really feel. He's not even the problem. It's you. You're the problem. You and people like yourself who agree with everything that's going on here and are good with this type of stuff. You told me what you're good with. You told me, fuck me, pretty much, to my face. You said this to me. So now, okay, stand on it forever. And we're no longer, I mean, even the people who look like me who want to vote for Trump, you're saying it to yourself. You were one of the people who were basically like, hey, boss, they went that away. That's who you were. And that's the kind of people that you are. People who look like me who are voting for this. That's who you are. Because there's no other reason for it. You can talk about the economic policies. What economic policies? Tell me, tax cuts. You're not making that much money to get a big tax cut to sell your people out. I mean, if money is good enough for you to sell your people out, I don't want you around me. You can't be a part of this. Period. That's how I look at it. Anyway.